That was the easy part. This is a big house, and the Baron won't be taking appointments tonight. Not by choice.
Confront the Baron in his private study. Well, we are at the top now. I wonder what real difference it makes from like going up here or just choosing the lower path. Obviously, you wouldn't need a rope arrow. So, I guess the bottom path is just in case you don't have a rope arrow or something. But I wonder if one path is also harder, one path is more valuable. If you can get to the exact same locations by either path, really. It would be kind of silly, in my opinion, if you could get to the same places, considering you do need a rope arrow to get up here using that particular path right there, so I don't know. Is he drunk? He's dancing a bit. He might just be singing. Oh, what's he doing? He's fiddling around with something.
Why isn't it working like the other ones?
Woof. Man, I nearly got spotted there, I think. That would have been Sad McGee. Sad McGee is what that would have been. Tripwire and a crossbow could have done the job. Bethany! If you're reading this in tonight, turn to shit. These boys have iron hammers between their legs, I'll give them that. I've left you all the scratch I've saved. They're not much, but don't go thinking I spent it all at the tavern. The generals halved our pay and doubled our workloads, and that friggin' Blackhand made fools of us at the works. Captain's calling. I need to go. Use the money to look after Dad and yourself. He always said he'd never show his palm to the Baron, but I doubt he'd let you starve for his pride. Cale. Oh, Cale. You're such a sweet boy. It's such a shame that filthy Blackhand is gonna come in and steal all your dosh. Can I just get rid of you? Thanks. Inevitably, the letter opener was all that he was going to send. And nothing else. I agree with your statement. However, I choose to ignore it. And instead, Mr. Cale, or, if that is not you, Mr. Random Guard, I'm gonna throw you with your letter so you may remember the good times when times are bad. I'm not gonna question what just happened to that ragdoll, and instead, first of all, I'm gonna notice that particular route and look for loot glints. Don't think there are any, but just in case, we've got to check out every nook and cranny today, because that is what I have decided. Also, I only have like an hour before I have to go again, so might as well make the most of that particular hour. I could have done a thingy takedown. That would have been so much cooler. Objectives. But fortunately, there is no thingy takedown challenge, so we didn't miss our thingy takedown thingy McWingy dingy. And we found a coin purse with a whole bunch of money in it. I wonder if that was Cale's money. Man, this place is filled with weird art. I don't think I'd want to live here. With thieves and stuff running amok. Can't mess around with this either. That's just a weird look. No wonder it didn't work. It's just closed. Should have opened it first, silly. That's not gonna work. Man, even I could be a better guard here. Another person that's just completely blind. You know, even blind people would know that thing wasn't open, so... Just someone who's just incompetent, really. Which is a very different thing. So I can move forward. Not gonna load. I'm gonna move. I can move forward, or I can go down. And personally, I'm currently a little bit more curious about what's down here. Because the downward direction shows off the path to glory. How far can I go down, actually? Man, this goes really far down. I wonder if this goes all the way down to the cellar, actually. Either way, there's gonna be a lot of walking to be done here. To be done. Not really sure what word I was going for there, but doing probably wasn't the right one. Doing. I do believe this is just a cellar again, isn't it? Yeah. So, one might say that that rope barrel I used was entirely pointless. Considering it doesn't even look like there's anything here that would stop us. Wonder where those traps are gonna be, though. I don't know. We'll see, I suppose. Oh, hey, you look odd. When something looks odd, you can probably pick it up for money. Because it just looks that out of place. Man, this place looks like it could be filled with so many civilians. Including the open fires and the saucers and the pans and the whatnot. But instead, just look at the map right now as well. Just jeez. But instead, there's just sort of no one here so far. There was that one guard, I guess. Maybe he was the guard for the entire house. Just one guard inside, everyone else outside to stop the mob. Man, isn't that weird?
Whoever's there, show yourself.
No. Was that more than one guard, though?
Must be off. Stand guard. I'm going to have a look around.
Good. No, he's looking around in that direction. That's unfortunate. Oh. I don't feel like I really need to be there right now. So I'll just leave those guys up to their shenanigans and instead go in this direction. I guess this isn't actually the cellar I was thinking of, though. Is that over here? It's a lot of dark. No, this is where I came from. This is definitely where I came from. So maybe it's a little bit further ahead, maybe? That was close. Do you see that right there?
These traps are new. It seems Baranoid Northcrest is worried about intruders. I should step lightly.
Baranoid Northcrest. That's not no. I choose not to. I choose to just accept that you didn't just say that, because that was a low class insult right there. You have standards, Garrett. You have standards for these things, and calling someone Baranoid is below those standards. Ugh. And that was just borderline offensive right there. In terms of how bad that insult was. And, yeah, this does appear to be the cellar. So the difference between going up the cellar and not going up the cellar is, one, you don't get to see these funky spiderweb effects that seems to just be some weird reflection thing going on here. And two, you waste a rope arrow because this is just the same place. Well, fair enough, I guess. And you won't have to do the difficult trap because you can just go here and turn them off immediately, rather than having to do which all in all is considerably less scary when you ask me. But Garrett's a master thief. I guess I should remember that I haven't actually taken care of every single guard and civilian in this place. I assume that's just a statue of a knight, not a guard. And I also assume that this is the area with the guards that decided to take a look around. Of course, these are all assumptions. I could be entirely wrong. But when have I ever been wrong? I'm going to save the game. I'm going to knock him out. I'm going to see what happens after knocking him out. It's going to be great. What's up? Trial and error. Trial and error stealth. Cover the area while I check this out. Check what out? That could be anywhere. I don't hear anyone right now. Okay, how about we leave that guy over there. Get oddly close with the camera to the wall. Not really sure what that was all about. That's weird though. Did I happen to open this door pretty much the exact moment that other guard walked past? I mean, I guess it's possible. But what kind of patrol does he take? Like, jeez. He's definitely taking his sweet time right now. Could just video edit to when he walks by again, I suppose, but waiting here is not very exciting. Oh! There we go. That was the moment of truth.
Not holding back.
Hello. What's up? Can I save the game? That's the question. Yep, we can. Well, in that case, I'm gonna doubt that there are any more guards here. That's the trial and error we're gonna use from now on. Can I save the game? Yes. Well, in that case, I'm probably not being chased. Because this game made sure that you cannot put yourself in an unwinnable situation. And by doing so, the stealth mechanic is sort of attached to the save system in a way, because once everyone stops being suspicious, or once everyone is either passed out or dead, you can save the game again, and therefore you know that you'll be okay.
Nice to see the Baron's men eating well. Wouldn't want them to starve while they hang people for stealing bread.
I know, it's important. The Baranoid is very important, and people shouldn't be allowed to do the naughty with his things, like stealing them. That'd be terrible. That'd be an awful occurrence to have happening in your happenances. Well, either way, if we don't get out of this for what we want story-wise, we're at least gonna have a fair amount of money to buy a new broadhead arrow. Maybe even a rope arrow if we're feeling crazy. And we get to do some lock picking. Our hand is already looking a bit better. That's actually kind of a lie. I'm pretty sure it just looks the same. And yeah. Why does Garrett wear gloves? I guess it's like armor. Although it hasn't really helped for his hand very much, but I guess the only thing I can think of why he's actually wearing this entire outfit, because it's not like they can do anything with fingerprints or anything these days, which explains the fingerlessness of his gloves. Though to be fair, I guess they have enough to like lock him up for if he does ever get caught. And you know, the whole thing about them basically hanging people for suspicion also is a thing. They don't really care if people are guilty or not. They just want to see people hang, and they're doing a pretty good job at doing that, I suppose. But I guess the original idea for his gloves are that they protect his hands a bit, and his hands are important. Without his hands, he can't really do his job very well, but I feel like they're not really being used to their maximum potential. That's how I feel about the whole situation right now. His gloves could be used for more potentialities. Was there another floor up here which I haven't explored yet? I guess there probably was, because I could climb up from that other room. And then the floor above this is the cellar, right? Or the attic. Oh god, I don't know English anymore. I just want to make sure that, oh jeez, I thought there was another floor, but that's just looking like a staircase. I just want to make sure that I've gone through this entire house and that I don't have to go back here anymore. Because this is a pretty cool looking house. This is a nice thievy level where I get to do thievy things like break into a mansion and steal stuff. And maybe somewhere along the line I'll figure out what happened to Aaron, I suppose. But more importantly, I get to break into a manor, I get to steal things, and then I get to leave again and get to quick save a whole bunch of times during that particular occurrence. That's all I really care about right now. I just want to steal stuff. I want to play thief because I want to take things which are not in my possession previously, but were in fact someone else's. The video game. But at the same time, I want to steal things that no one really cares about, like a perfume bottle, and like a ludicrously large amount of vases and just the sort and the like. Because I want to steal things, but I don't really want to inconvenience people. And while I've been stealing a lot of stuff, no one really cares, except for the people that I pay, of course. And this dismissal notice. All the staff of Northquest Manor are terminated, effective immediately. You will be searched and escorted off the premises by the Baron's Guard. Any attempt to smuggle food or resources will result in hanging. Anyone still on the grounds after dusk will be arrested. Well, I think the city guard staff is pretty happy about that notice. I guess maybe that's why there's no civilians here, because everyone got fired. Because most likely they didn't really trust anyone anymore after that whole shebang-a-bang about an angry mob being there and all that stuff and things. I guess that makes him a little bit paranoid. I'm just genuinely offended that someone wrote that down, put it in a video game, and received money for it. Well, that's the world we live in. Bad naming. Okay, let's not focus on that too much. We already have, but let's not focus too much on it from this point on. And instead, just steal stuff from a baron who's been very naughty. A baron with a little bit too much power. And I don't like barons with that much power. It only leads to nastiness. Whoever plays this painting here is a genius. I love how it just sort of peeks over the couch like that. There you go. A single painting has lifted my moods tremendously. This door is suspicious. Oh. I thought I could open that. I thought it was locked, but I guess it isn't. Must have been thinking of a different door. 2 guards over there. One of them is continuously looking in this direction. That one looking a little suspicious, not gonna lie. That guy is a little bit on the edge. I wonder if that's just his patrol, like going slightly left and slightly right forever. I feel like he bugged out a bit. Because that doesn't really look very normal. Oh well. That's the way the games work in this particular house. Alright, let's do it. Open the door with the talkie-talkie in the back. Inconspicuous. Yeah. I figured as much. Most likely he's just gonna stand in front of the door and then go, oh,
What's the gang?
this door is open. Most interesting. Maybe I should go through this door. But maybe I should just turn around.
Stay alert.
I'm such a good guard.
The other wing is too exposed. Is there access to the Baron's chambers?
It was ruined in the accident and never rebuilt. It's a death trap.
I'm such a good guard. Like, they're all a little bit on their toes, but none of them really care all that much. There's 3 guards all looking at the same location in this room, though, which is a bit awkward. And considering that means they're all looking at each other, a little bit awkward. Can I climb this? Yeah. Is there a point to this? No. So I could either just throw a bottle. I could just use a choke arrow and just murder them all, but I feel like there's a lot of potential for different solutions here. I just haven't really decided on what I want to do. Like, one thing I could do is just knock one out and just kill the other 2 with my running away abilities, because then they'll just get bored of following me after like 1 room, because there's a lot of doors in this place. And doors confuse this game's AI enough that you are basically safe forever.
Sir, I was thinking.
Oh.
I couldn't help noticing earlier that there are no men guarding the sewers.
I'm sorry, Jessup. Did you hear me call you over?
No, sir.
Do you want the Craven plucking out your eyes with rusty knives? Is that what you want?
No, sir.
So put one foot in front of the other and get back to your fucking patrol as you were told.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, that got people moving, so either way, that was the right solution. Just move a little bit closer, get someone yelled at for no real reason, other than common sense.
This leather is frigging heavy.
You're not allowed to have common sense in this household. You're a guard, not a thinker. You're not one of the clever men. Which direction are you going to walk in?
I need to sleep.
Yeah, you do. Don't worry about it. Got you covered.
Right there!
That's bad. Yeah, that's bad. Don't worry though, I got this. Yup.
Couldn't have just disappeared. You've had it now.
Wait, would this work actually? This might work. Because I'm behind the wall. Yep. This is the strategy we're going with. Oh! I didn't press V in time. That's most unfortunate. Okay, this time we're just gonna do that a little bit differently, I suppose. The first attempt didn't go great. There could have gone things a little bit better.
Rules of wooing a lady.
But that's not something we're gonna worry about anymore. What we're gonna worry about is being stealthy. Wasn't like again, didn't really intend to jump down in that previous occurrence, but it's just something that happened. It's just a thing that occurred there, and it was my mistake, really. Now, which one of these two had the crossbow? Because that was kind of a nasty thing to have suddenly being shot at with. Or something. I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy that would have a crossbow. Just basing it entirely on his clothing right here. Ooh. Or is it that guy? I can't really tell. It's hard to tell with this in this place, really. Yeah. How am I not in light here? I don't know. Not gonna question it. Just gonna go with it. He has a fancy red thing, though. Fancy red things usually mean ranged weaponry. Because you're so fancy, you have access to such a thing. Well, most likely.
Hold right there!
Yeah, I figured as much. But that's fine. Because video games. Don't worry.
It's over! That's it,
He,
scum!
he just
Run
needs to
away!
get over here. How am I so stealthy? I just don't understand. But it works. It's maybe not the most stealthy way of doing things, and I got Annabelle's note. There's a strong box in the manor lounging room. The combination is 889. I don't care what you do with it. I'll be long gone by then. He took everything from us with a thought, so I want someone to show him how it feels. Annabelle. Yeah. Alright, cool. There is a lockbox somewhere, and I want the things inside it. That bird. I've already been spotted once. It doesn't matter if I get spotted again now. Because, you know, once you get spotted once, you're not going to have that lovely 0 at the end. The primal. Sure, let's read a book. What's a primal? I once asked my father this very question. The primal is life, he answered with breath that reeked of opium. He answered, always favored the pipe to the virtues of science. But the primal is more than life. It is a persuasive field of energy that exists in every stone of this city, every lunge full of air. The primal is raw potential waiting to be tapped. Only those attuned to its presence can sense it, and the North Crests are in their ultimate authority. For 3 generations, my family has strived to understand the primal, to harness its energy, and to use it as a power source to fuel the city's evolution. But where my ancestors failed, I will succeed. Who writes that down in a book and then puts it here? Is that just his diaries? Like, this entire wall is just the Baron's diaries writing down stuff. Where my family failed, I will succeed. And, oh, by the way, did you see that charming and good-looking master thief? He was so dreamy. How does he do it all those times so sneakily? I wish I was more like that guy. Maybe I should have just become a Master Thief instead of trying to tap into powers that are beyond my knowledge and control. Maybe I should have. That's where I went wrong. Whoops. But oh well. Turn on the mini-map, save the game. Save the game a couple times just to make sure that I don't have to do this room again. It's nice that they filled this room with bookcases though. It made the battle a lot easier. Because any room filled with bookcases just means you can just climb up and do air takedowns until the end of time. And it's convenient, really. It's very convenient that they allow such shenaniganry to work. Air takedowns are hilariously overpowered. And most likely, that will never change. Because I very much doubt they're ever gonna patch this game for any real reason. Because why would they? It's the perfect game as it is. Everyone loved it. Everyone. Oh, thank God. This looks grabbable. But now it isn't. Now no one wants it anymore. No one wants to have a shattered thing. There's another animal over there. So I just saved. I don't need to save that much. I'm just being silly.